Hi, welcome to Rev Sports. I've got Atriu and Shomik with me at the moment. There's been a lot of talk about the Champions Trophy that is supposed to be held in Pakistan. We've been discussing this in Rev Sports as well. A lot of back and forth going on, whether Team India will travel, political issues, controversies. This is how it's been since quite a few months at the moment. And we at Rev Sports have been bringing the story to you. We've been talking about the different scenarios that can be possible, and I think all of us have been coming back to one scenario that the most suited scenario at the moment would be the hybrid model. I'll ask my panelists as well what they think, and we'll have a further discussion on this and possibly break this down even further. Arthur, I'll get started with you here. A lot of discussion about this Champions Trophy, a lot of controversies around it as well. Now the decision has to be made. Tell us what are your thoughts about this whole, the whole process that's happening at the moment. Where do you think the final decision is going to go, and how do you think this will all pan out?
Well, as we all, try and understand that the entire tournament taking place in Pakistan is looking unlikely at the moment. And as Shamik, our panelist, had reported a few days back, that a hybrid model is more likely. And at the moment, I think that is the more likely scenario. It's not only because of India's reluctance to travel to Pakistan anymore, it's also because of the unrest that have unfolded in Pakistan over the last couple of days, the political unrest and the protests and arrests, and a number of people have died. So that has also added to this argument that the entire tournament should not be taking place in Pakistan. And Sri Lanka A teams pull out of their tour of Pakistan is adding fuel to that. And so at this point in time, when the ICC board meets over this tomorrow to decide the future of the Champions Trophy in Pakistan, I think things are a little looking a little too gloomy at the moment for Pakistan to host the entire tournament.
Absolutely, absolutely, Atrud. I think the recent issues have just added up to the whole build-up. Shamikta, but this was pretty evident from the beginning. I think we at Ref Sports and everyone else as well who follows cricket would understand that sending the Indian team to Pakistan was never going to happen. And what's been happening recently in Pakistan as well will only add to this. What's your take on all of this as well? How can you ever find a solution to a problem like this? Can Pakistan ever hold a major tournament as well? Because obviously this is a country that is a cricket loving nation, but I don't see this happening in the near future whatsoever.
Ishan, first let me give you the entire sequence of events. In July, we reported, and once again it was our exclusive, quoting an ICC source, that very likely the Champions Trophy would be played in a hybrid model. That we reported in July. Then on November 8, I wrote a story. It was also another Rev Sports break, saying that Champions Trophy. It was after India informed the ICC that Indian government we didn't get the Indian government's approval to send the Indian team to Pakistan. So, uh, and BCCI requested the ICC to give India's matches in Dubai. So that day, I wrote saying it was also a Rep Sports break, saying the ICC Champions Trophy is set for a hybrid model. India's matches likely in Dubai. Right now, tomorrow is the ICC board meeting, and how things the way things have transpired, it is all set for a hybrid model because once India had said, BCCI had said Indian team is not going to play in Pakistan, then that was the only option because I mean without India Champions Trophy couldn't have happened. PCB meanwhile did a lot of posturing, saying that we will not accept hybrid model stuff like that and all. Now they are falling in line. They have to because uh, for hosting the Champions Trophy, they are getting around 64 to 65 million as hosting fee from the ICC. Plus, there would be added incentive if they agree to a hybrid model. PCB is not in a position to lose that money. Mohsin Naqvi, PCB chairman, all along he said, no, 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 we are not accepting hybrid model. Yesterday, deep into the evening, he did a press conference in Lahore saying that his tone has changed. Will not do anything that would be detrimental to Pakistan cricket. If India don't come here for the Champions Trophy, will not go to India for the future ICC events. So his tone has significantly changed. Yesterday also we did a story quoting former Pakistan captain Rashid Latif saying that through back channel negotiation an agreement has been reached that it would be played in a hybrid model. As per my understanding, India will play three of their group matches in Dubai. Plus, if India qualify for the semi-final and final, one of the semi-finals would be played in Dubai. Plus, the final also, if India get there.
Yes, thank you Shomikta for that detailed explanation. रोहित भाई भी हमारे साथ है इस शो पे. रोहित भाई, थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग. रोहित भाई, आप भी जरा इसके ऊपर थोड़ा बात कर सकते हैं. गिव अस अ सीरीज ऑफ डिटेल्स आपके ओपिनियन की वजह से, मतलब स्टार्टिंग से एंड तक जहां तक हम है, आपको क्या लग रहा है? ये तो ऑब्वियसली बात थी कि इंडियन टीम जो थी वो ट्रैवल नहीं करती पाकिस्तान तक, बट आपको आपके हिसाब से सीरीज ऑफ इवेंट्स क्या है, एंड हाउ हैज दिस इवेंचुअली एंडेड इन योर आईज?
So look, it all started, I think, when it really come out in the public domain that India won't travel to Pakistan. There were unofficial quotes. There were, yes, behind the talks that India won't travel, but Pakistan at the very start, that they were already saying that, oh, BCCI doesn't, BCCI didn't give any kind of official confirmation, so we're still waiting. Even Jay Shah once told that we'll cross the bridge when it matters the most. So things were said from both the ends. Be it PCB chairman Mohsin Naqvi. This was not his first press conference. What Shamikda told, the yesterday night he had a press conference in Lahore. He had multiple press conferences, but you see the change in stance of Mohsin Naqvi. A very defensive press conference last night. Whenever each and everyone from the Pakistan journalist was asking about, that what if India, what if the Champions Trophy will be a hybrid model thing? He was saying that we'll do best for the Pakistan, we'll do best for the PCB, we'll do best for the Pakistan people. He didn't have any answer. What he was telling otherwise, in the previous press conferences, that we will only going to get the one thing, and that's we are going to India. India has to come to Pakistan. They have to follow the rule, they have to follow the procedure, and they have to come to Pakistan. There's no other ways around. But now he's saying that we will see what is good for Pakistan. Now, what is good for Pakistan? That they are getting 30% of hosting rights of the Champions Trophy. That's a big amount. You can't say no to multiple thousand crores. You can't say no. You are not in a position to say no. So that's where, and especially when that Rawalpindi is not able to, they are not able to make Rawalpindi as much, as much playable as they want to, as far as Champions Trophy is concerned. Even the Lahore Stadium, if you see the Lahore Stadium, they'll complete it by 25th or 30th of December. Then obviously the finishing work will start. It has started, obviously simultaneously they've started the work there. But after that, what had happened, that they will do the interior thing and the finishing thing. So it will take somewhere around January, January to complete the work as far as Champions Trophy stadiums are concerned. So there are multiple things as far as revenue, as far as the money power is concerned. There are multiple things which are in pending position. And forget about what Mohsin Naqvi is saying, to the media, to the people of Pakistan. That's what we call playing to the gallery. What's happening is Pakistan is crying about this, that they have invested a big amount of a big amount in stadiums, getting the infrastructure done, getting the security forces done, because each and everything in Pakistan, to arrange security for eight, okay, left Pakistan team, for seven big teams, to arrange the security, to arrange the hotel facility, to accommodate them, to getting the food and everything done. Obviously they need a big amount. Yes, ICC in that FNC meeting, where when I was in Colombo, I've reported this, that ICC was agreeing on this, that we'll give some extra amount also at this point of time if there's a hybrid model. But currently what Pakistan is crying about is they have invested a lot of money in Pakistan in the building of infrastructures, the new stadiums, getting the things done as far as this whole SOP is, the systematic operating procedure is concerned. They have invested a whole lot of amount, and after that they want, that kind of amount to get back to them as far as this big amount is concerned. So I think, yes, that was the real deal which is going on inside the meetings. Not that we want to host the Champions Trophy as a sole host nation. So that's what not they are.
Hmm.
That's not they are discussing at this point of time. What they are discussing is, obviously, they have invested a lot of money. So as far as, these all sayings are thing that, oh, India has to come to Pakistan. These all are thing, playing to the gallery. These are for
Yeah.
media and for the people of Pakistan. Because remember, Mohsin Naqvi is an interior minister also. So politically also, he has to play this very wisely. Otherwise, it will affect them politically also, not PCB wise, because all others are, they are administrators, they are PCB people, and, with them at the helm, it's all about Pakistan cricket. Mohsin Naqvi at the helm, it means the Pakistan government also. And you already know that 2 days ago in the D Chowk, the heart of, like in our country, like what Vijay Chowk is for us, D Chowk is for them. All the premier constitution position holders, all the Supreme Courts and the Prime Minister House and the President House, each and everything is at D Chowk. So already a political instability is taking place there. So they don't
Yeah.
want, to picture themselves like, again, India have beaten them in this geopolitical scenario, or you can say a political instabilized scenario. So yes, there are multiple things going on, Ishan, as far as, Pakistan Champions Trophy hosting is concerned. But yeah, as I think Shamik I have already told, that Dubai will host the India matches. Yes, Pakistan
Hmm.
is crying for this thing also, that if there is no, India is not coming to Pakistan, so we are not playing the league match with them. But again, that's not in the hands of Pakistan to decide. It's on the hand of ICC to decide that what they will do as far as the schedule is concerned, the date is concerned, and the venue is concerned. Yes, host nation is the prime factor where it comes to, when it comes to, give the venues and the dates, because they know their country, they know their cities, they know their stadiums. So they have this right to, give up, make a proposal and give it to the ICC, and then ICC will finalize. So this is all, they are living in fool's paradise if they are saying that, we'll decide that India will come to Pakistan and we have to play a league match with them. So there are multiple things going on, but the reality is not that.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
Ishan,
you, Rupa. I
Ishan,
think,
just
yeah,
Ishan, just let me add one more thing into this. I
sure.
mean, I have already said how motion Naqvi's tone changed in the last evening press conference. Tomorrow at the ICC board meeting, uh, three possible scenarios would be discussed. One, a hybrid model. Two, shifting the venue completely, taking it completely out of Pakistan and choosing a new country with PCB retaining the hosting right. Number three, postponement of the Champions Trophy. As far as the first possibility is concerned, the probability is 95%, a hybrid model. The second possibility, taking the entire tournament out of Pakistan with PCB, retaining the hosting right, is 5%. And the postponement of the Champions Trophy is very negligible. It is unlikely to happen.
Yep, yep, absolutely. Arthur, though, I'll come to you here. Obviously, Rohit has also, given us the breakdown right from the beginning till the end. A lot more than just cricket, a lot of political issues that have gone wrong here. And like Rohit also mentioned that, the Pakistan board as well, they never could take a proper stand. They kept changing the stand. They kept changing the stance. What do you think the reason is for that? Why can't you give us answers straight? And is there an ego battle that's going on here? If India doesn't travel, even we won't play these league matches. Is this the way it's supposed to be? I mean, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The bigger picture is to play the Champions Trophy. The bigger picture is to figure out a way how this can be done in a proper manner without causing too many controversies. But somehow with Pakistan, unfortunately, this never happens.
See, it's not entirely up to Pakistan. I mean, see, the Indian team doesn't want to go and play in Pakistan because the Indian government does not give them the permission. Okay, so that's very clear. Let's be very clear about that in the beginning. It's not the BCCI which is deciding that it will not play in Pakistan. It's the Indian government which is saying that the Indian cricket team, the senior cricket team, men's, should not play in Pakistan. There are other Indian teams which have played in Pakistan in the recent past, mind you.
Yeah.
An Indian blinds cricket team is traveling to Pakistan quite soon. The
No, no,
Indian
Yeah.
that has
bridge
been
team
cancelled.
played in
That has
Pakistan
been
a few
cancelled.
months back.
That's not
That
happening
has been
anymore, Shami. That's been
no,
cancelled
that has
because of
been cancelled. Blind team didn't
Yeah,
get
they
the
haven't
approval
given
from the Indian
permissions. They
government.
haven't given permissions from the Indian Home Ministry. They've cancelled the permissions as far as the other teams are also concerned.
Okay, okay, right. I mean, let me correct me if I'm wrong on that count. But the thing is that it's not about the BCCI. I mean, what I was trying to say, the Indian government doesn't permit the Indian cricket team to play in Pakistan, so it's not up to BCCI. And there are two, three scenarios over here. That, for example, in during the 1996 World Cup, the Australian and West Indies teams refused to travel to Sri Lanka, and
Hmm.
their matches were scheduled there, and they were deduced points. In 2003, in the
Yeah.
2003 World Cup, the England team and the Australian team didn't travel to Zimbabwe because of political reasons, and
Yes.
they were deduced points. In this case, in India's case, in Champions Trophy, the same thing could have been done, but it did not happen because of a few reasons. We need not get too much into those details because we know how the situation works, how the powers that be they behave in this cricket ecosystem. What has done Pakistan a world of bad in this current scenario is the present unrest, political unrest over there. Had
Hmm.
that not taken place, uh, Pakistan could have said that, okay, see, everything is right about our country. Nobody else is raising an objection in coming here. Australia, New Zealand, West Indies,
Yeah.
England, all the countries, I mean, they are not saying anything about coming here. But since the Sri Lanka 18 had to pull out of their tour because of the current, political and social unrest over there, that has given Pakistan less room to bargain for.
Hmm.
At this point in time, they can't say with conviction that everything is right in our country at the moment. They can't say that.
Absolutely.
So that is where the ICC will probably have a scope to say, very strong room to say that okay, this tournament should not take place in Pakistan in its entirety. If need be, a hybrid model be followed, and that at the current point in time, that befits the position of quite a few countries, not just India's.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka, for example, can say that we will not go there. After that, who knows? Some other country will say we will not travel. So at this point in time, because of this current development, things have got a little complicated for Pakistan to hold the tournament, to host the tournament, the full tournament, I mean, in their own soil. Isha.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Detailed explanation there given by Athruda as well. Rohit bhai, if I have to ask you, कल की meeting में final expectations क्या रहेंगे? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think any surprises, any dramatic outcomes possible, or it's pretty standard now?
No, that same thing will happen. That Pakistan weeping out there, that we want the full, hosting of this ICC Champions Trophy, and then again the same thing will happen. But the main focus will be tomorrow, as far as the hosting rights are concerned. I think the
Hmm.
full focus will be on the votings, because now the focus now it's not on the hands of ICC, it's not on the hands of PCB, it's not on the hands of BCCI. It's about all 15 members, that who they vote for. Will Pakistan get any other vote apart from them? That we have to see. What I came to know at
Yeah.
this point of time, that yes, surely there will be a double-digit vote as far as hybrid model is concerned, and I won't be surprised. Like if India, if this India prospect will get, I think, 14 or 13 votes. Not a surprising thing for me, because you see,
Yes.
Jai Shah's election also, you see unanimously, elected. What my sources are telling me, that he will take charge from 5th of December, from in ICC. So, he's really good, as far as those things were concerned. But here, I have to say this, that it's not it's about when that Kashmir thing happened, that Azad Kashmir thing, which was said by them, and we already said that you can't do this, without the consent of ICC. How can you put the name of the cities, three major cities in Pak occupied Kashmir, and you were saying that ICC trophy will go there and you will take the ICC trophy to there. I
Yeah.
think that was the biggest mistake from their side. From then onwards, I think Jay Shah said the first statement from, and it was a very strict and on a very harsh tone from BCCI secretary, and now going to be the ICC chairman. Very harsh words from him, and I think that from there onwards the game has completely changed, because India thought after that, that we can't, tolerate these kind of things from Pakistan Cricket Board. That's very unprofessional from their social media team or from their Pakistan Cricket Board team. I just on that very day, we were discussing. I think we were doing a show with Buryada, and Buryada, broke this news that Jaisha was strictly against this. That's how can PCB do that? And after that, I think things have completely changed. So on
Yeah.
tomorrow's meeting, the main agenda will be the voting, and after that, obviously, Pakistan will want more of that 30%. They want 40%, 35% more of that. But I think that's already done and dusted. I think it was clearly that 30% of the hosting rights will give to Pakistan, whatever the extra expenditure there might be. And after that, we'll take forward the ICC Champions Trophy to a hybrid model, as
Hmm.
rightly, percentage wise, Shamik Da, give you the all possibilities, that yes, it's a very heavy possibility, 95% of possibility that it will surely going to be a hybrid model. Chances of postponing it or chances of Pakistan opting out won't be possible. And the ICC people and the other members also won't allow this to happen, that Pakistan opting out, because everyone know that India Pakistan
Yeah.
game will be the major blockbuster as far as earnings are also concerned. So it's not about India Pakistan a political turmoil. It's also about the kind of money you generate from that India Pakistan game, that will be your biggest blockbuster. So yes, everyone knows this, and that's why it's all about this India Pakistan game. So yeah, there's nothing which is very serious as far as that meeting will be concerned. Just a voting thing. Surely the hybrid model will get more of the votes, and from I think the schedule won't come out tomorrow. I think it will take somewhere around Monday or the coming week, early days, early couple of days of the
Okay.
coming week, and you'll get the full schedule of ICC Champions Trophy with venues this time around, the actual venues.
Okay. All right. Shamik, your thoughts on the hosting rights, and there's also a comment here. We'll just take this. What if Pakistan government, in the same way, denies their team to play in India for future ICC events?
See, the future ICC event is 2026 2026 T20 World Cup, which is already going to be played in a hybrid model. India Sri Lanka joint host. So no, there is no harm if Pakistan go and play in Sri Lanka. But then again, the big matches, one semi-final I think would be in Sri Lanka, another one at the final. If Pakistan qualify for the final, we'll see what happened in the Asia Cup last year. Pakistan did a lot of posturing. No, we are not going to accept a hybrid model. Eventually, it was a hybrid model. India played their matches in Sri Lanka. The final was played in Sri Lanka. So it is like that only. The I mean, as far as 2026 is concerned, and after that 2023 World Cup, Pakistan came to India, right? So a lot of questions they will have to, at the end of the day, they are accountable, they are answerable to their fans. We can understand, but I can tell you one thing. As far as tomorrow's meeting is concerned, what I am getting from my sources, it might even not go to voting at all. uh, a back channel through back channel negotiations, an understanding has been reached, and there could be this hybrid model could be accepted to consensus instead of voting. Because
Hmm.
if it goes to voting, there will be even more face loss for PCB, because if they lose badly at the end of the day, you don't want that. And if a
Yeah.
consensus has been reached, that is, and PCB will come out saying our model, our hybrid model has been accepted. It is being done on our own terms. Simple as that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Shamikta. Atrada, we'll end the show. Any final thoughts before we end? And there is a question here. You can take this if you want, or we can ignore this. It's fairly controversial in that sense. India can only exercise its power in cricket if the government of India wants to host the 2036 Olympics in Ahmedabad. What will India do in that case? If any sports international council does organize this in Pakistan, I think there's a little bit of a typo there, but he's basically asking what will happen if the same thing happens in the Olympics. You want to answer this, or you want to, you know,
No, let's take this. Let's take this. Let's answer this. I mean, to begin with, there is no assurance, no guarantee that Ahmedabad will be the hosting city when India bids for the Olympics for 2036. And this should, I think these two issues should not be correlated,
yeah,
because at this point in time, geopolitically or politically or sporting wise or even in every aspect, uh, this cricket Indian cricket team playing in Pakistan and not playing in Pakistan is a separate issue completely from India's willingness to bid for the Olympics.
hmm,
So these are non-related issues, according to me. And well, I mean, as we have already discussed that the Champions Trophy entirely in Pakistan looks very unlikely at the moment. And as Shomik had written a few days back, and after the developments of the last few days and the last few hours, if I can say so, things are pointing slightly in the difficult direction as far as Pakistan hosting the full competition is concerned.
yes,
So that's I think that's where we can end this without getting into Olympics. That's
yeah,
too far away. We are
absolutely,
not even
absolutely.
certain about what's going to happen in 3 months from now. So what
There's no
about
point
36?
speculating. Yes, 100%.
So what about
On that,
36? So
yeah.
36 is too far away.
Thank you, Athruda. Thank you, Shaminta, for joining. Obviously, tomorrow we'll get all the updates, the further updates. But we hope this show was insightful, and stay tuned to Red Sports. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and catch on for all the updates tomorrow as well. Thank you.
Thank you.